I am a poet here in England, and I am reading poems from my book Bohemian Love, which you can get on Amazon. Today's video is part 3 of this whole book reading of Bohemian Love. So if you skim through my Facebook page, you can find parts 1 and 2. So we're literally going from the start of the book all the way to the end. So we're getting nearer to the end in this part 3 video. And for those of you that are new to my work, this is my poetry collection. It's filled with love poems, and I'll just read you the blurb now so you can get a feel of my writing style and what's it about. Bohemian Love. When you meet the love of your life, everything changes. You never see life the same way ever again. Bohemian Love is more than peonies on doorsteps and champagne breakfasts. It is an irresistible force that changes you forever. There are tales from Paris where charming artists meet beautiful muses. Bohemians fall in love at first sight, though that love can lead to obsession. This collection of poems evokes the scent of desire, shadow of loneliness, and pain of thwarted love. Bohemian Love will pierce your heart. It will fill your life with unimaginable passion and is a destiny for the chosen few. So yeah, if you've got a copy, you can follow along today. So we're beginning with a section called Waking Up with a Broken Heart. And the poem I'm going to begin with you today is called I Will Remember You. I will remember you. I will remember you because I love you. I love you more than life. If I never knew you, I would not be here, and for that I will love you unconditionally. I wish I didn't sometimes, but it was predestined. After all the fights, the breakups, the makeups, the time apart, you remain in my heart, as you make it impossible for me to move on because no other guy compares to you. So originally the title I came up with because I wrote this random line where it says, I will remember you because I love you, and I really like the sound of that. So obviously I incorporated it, I used it in the title. I Will Remember You is also the name of an episode from a TV show. So I was like a big Buffy fan back in the day, and obviously there was Angel, the spin-off show, and it was on his series. There was an episode called I Will Remember You, and it's the most wonderful show where in that one episode Buffy and Angel can be together and their love is fulfilled the way that they want it to be, and it's like really devastating at the end, beautiful and devastating, because like Buffy's absolutely in tears, and I just love that kind of love story even though it's so doomed. So yeah, that's where it came from partly. Everything I never told you. I love you, you're the one. If I had my way, I would be with you right now. We were meant to be together. I think about you every day. I dream about you, then I wake up wondering why you left me. This next poem is called When He Fell to His Knees. It was kind of just like loosely based on this one guy who kind of like did cry in front of me, but there was really just like 2-3 tears falling down. But I kind of was somewhat recalling that memory in the poem, but I was like really depressed, so it's like a much more heightened story. It's just transformed to another heightened story, basically. When he fell to his knees, he cried, so I reached my hand to his face, wiped his tears. He broke down, fell to his knees, looking up at me, begging and pleading. My hand raised to my mouth. I tried to fight back the tears. I couldn't. It was over. There was no us. There never could be. It was doomed from the start. I never stopped loving you. We just weren't meant to be. Fate intervened. It was not part of God's plan. So forget me. You will find someone new, and one day we will be strangers, forgetting what we ever had. And then this next poem is about kind of, if you're like me and you keep little mementos of the past, little gifts and things. So this one's called The Hermes Scarf You Left Me. All I have to remember you by is this Hermes scarf you left me. my comfort, my reminder that you were even real and not a figment of my imagination, and deep longings from countless lonely nights alone waiting. I still wear it when at my favourite places in Mayfair, the places we went together. As beautiful as it is, I can't bear putting it on as I sit at my dressing table. It reminds me of you and all we had and all that I lost. And the next poem's called Pale Blue Shirt Lullaby. I saw a lady inside an upper end department store, long hair, Vardo green dress and jumper. She picked up the same man's shirt I reached for, pale blue, perfect for him. We both turned around, a mirror behind us, and stared at our reflections. Her face forlorn, mine expressionless. We both tugged at the sleeve of our jumpers. A tear fell on her cheek. I had one too, but it was from a raindrop on the way in. I stood still looking at the mirror, watching her, seeing what she would do next. I saw she dropped her scarf. It was cashmere. Holding tightly to it, I noticed my perfume on her scarf. A part of me wanted to keep it, but it was so luxurious I knew she deserved to have it back. I walked out onto the street, but she was gone, never to be seen again. So originally I wrote this as part of a writing prompt where it was like talking about mirrors and reflections. So originally the lines that I kept from my first draft was things like face forlorn, mine expressionless, a tear fell on my cheek, I had one, and it fell from a raindrop. So I kept these kind of lines, but obviously I wanted to fit this into some kind of love triangle so it could work in this book. And yeah, so I just adjusted it as if, so basically the two women are going, sort of feeling quite down about the same guy, and it's kind of dawning on them they're either being two-timed or there's an affair. And yes, that's why there's the combination of forlorn, expressionless, there's a tear on her cheek, but there's a raindrop on the girl's cheek. And yeah, so it's quite sad. And obviously there's hints that it is an affair because the lady she's observing drops a scarf and it's got the same perfume as the girl watching her. So, you know, that's kind of like a typical sign of an affair, like giving the ladies the same perfume. So yeah, it was just, you know, my classic imagination. I'm just writing about a girl looking at herself in the mirror feeling forlorn, but it's become this whole love triangle basically. Again, the next two poems coming up are quite sad, so it's all about loss. The Waves. When we said goodbye, I was not waving but drowning. It was the end. Yet our lives always entwine because we like the same things, know the same people, and of course, we were meant to be together, but never will be. I would die if I ever saw you again, yet not seeing you is just as hard. Think I'll stay in the waves, lost at sea, lost and found forever without you. Yeah, so I use the imagery of waves because obviously when you miss someone, you know, you're broken up but you still love them. I always get this kind of drowning sensation, like I just, you know, I really can't go on. I just feel the parting is like waves thrashing on me. I just feel devastated. I'm so emotional. So yeah, it really weighs me down. So I try to capture that. And the next poem is more of a cathartic release. It's not necessarily based on my own life, but I think it's going to help some people out there when they feel they've ruined a relationship. So forgive me, forgive me. Forgive me, forgive me. My heart is not my own. I'm sorry I loved you. I'm sorry I met you. Forgive me, for I have loved you, and nothing but destruction overflowed from the chalice of my heart. Forgive me, I ruined your life, but I confess I could never have not met you, even if all we did was send each other to despair, so please, I beg you, forgive me, forgive me. And this next poem is a little bit more upbeat because there's a very deep connection between these two. So it's called When We Met. When we met, you gazed into my soul, or so I thought. In the end, it was just passion. Blind passion. You pursued me, and I fell in love, but then you changed, expecting me to entice, enthrall, and entertain you over and over again. I became exhausted by you. So one day, there was nothing left to do but say goodbye. So that's just when you're involved with someone who's just very demanding and selfish. And this next poem, it's called Love Trivium. It's actually a couple pages long. Over 3 pages. So I actually feel a bit too embarrassed to read it, but I'll just read a couple stanzas. Love's Trivium. I've had 2 great loves in my life, and they are nothing like each other. Their paths would never cross. They don't even know of each other's existence yet, question each other on some cosmic level. Okay, so yeah, if you want to finish reading it, you can get it on Amazon, that particular poem, Love Trivium. But actually the most important kind of amusing part of the Love Trivium poem, it says here, okay, and this is all you need to know. Men are such a heartache and a headache, and I have no time for it, as I have to manifest my destiny and be all that I can be, and satisfy my curiosity, not my body, not my heart, as they often betray me by my foolish attractions to men who are simply not right for me. So yeah, that sums up the whole poem. It doesn't need to be 3 pages. It just needs that one verse. Okay, and then the next poem is very romantic. It's very short. It's called The Balcony. He stood across the room. Our eyes met once more. Tears filled me. You came back, I whispered. He boldly walked towards me. So that is very much, you know, like wishes fulfilled. That was something I was really longing for a really long time. I imagine like a beautiful balcony, like something like from Romeo and Juliet. So yeah. The next section is called Girl in the Mirror, and some of them are just like one-liners, so very short. I want to be in love with life always. This next short little line actually sums up how I would define poetry, which is this. Poetry is the echo of a lonely heart. And the next one, okay. Every face you see is God's artwork. We are his living sculptures brought to life by him who made us. And this next poem is called Portrait de Femme, and it's about just like a little bit of insecurity, just, you know, like when you wear makeup and then you're dating someone and you're scared of like the first time he's going to see you without makeup, and it's just about that. Portrait de Femme. I took photos of my bare face because I needed to know if he truly liked me for me and loved me for me, and not simply expecting a fantasy, a baby doll with plush lips and porcelain skin. He needed to see the real me, so he could know what waking up with me would look like, and I wouldn't be like all those other girls. Everything I want is on the other side of my art. I'm an ellipsis addict, complicated, sweet, emotional, daring yet fearful, with a terrible habit of falling in love at first sight. And this next little poem, it's a couple verses, it's just like me rambling on. Okay. I have this completely romantic notion in my mind that I am an artist. Even though I haven't painted in 3 years, even though I cannot finish drawing my self-portrait, I still feel like one. Maybe I am an artist of words. My pen is the paintbrush, my notebook the canvas, and you are my muse. Yeah, so that's a bit of fun, that one. I knew that if I could imprint my essence into pages, unleash my soul into books, and speak with my heart, I could change the world. And this next little section, it's called Inside the Lives of Beautiful People, and it's actually based on girls that are characters from my next book, which is going to be a novel called Welcome to Wonderland. So the characters that are described in these poems, they're called Florence Clover, Olivia Mariam, Serena Johnson, Charlotte Chambray, and Lawrence Albero. Okay, so Sweet Clover. Her hair, the colour of chocolate truffles on a Sunday afternoon. Her lips parted gently like a girl in Wonderland. She is 18, a virgin. Her heart is pure as her body. Delicate frames, dainty features, draped in dresses as if every day was a tea party. Sweet, sincere, the model of a femininity long gone, lost by feminism. Impearled with her grandmother's wisdom, she waits for a gentleman to sweep her off her feet. Her wedding day will be magnificent, all that little girls dream of. Only her betrothed has yet to arrive. So that's a really sweet poem, just about a young 18-year-old girl, and she's got very traditional views on love. And the next poem is called Little Miss Envied. Wonderland wardrobe, jewel tones in the summer, berets for fall, bejeweled necklines for winter. Porcelain skin, hair curls at delight. Home comforts, Mayfair, the Upper East Side. Obscene wealth becomes her. Enemies attack, she retreats, leaves England, faces New York. Alone, suitors follow her, choosing men like a sommelier, playing them serenely like a harpist. Only the finest will do, as she begrudgingly sees them on a special friendship basis. The rise is meteoric, elevation, elusive, exclusive, and elegant. No whispers, no compass, and unlike many before her, no fingertips leave their trace. She is enigmatic, an intriguing soul, dazzling them all this side of the Atlantic on board Wonderland, where dreams manifest like mergers and acquisitions. Okay, and this next poem is called Woven Girl in Denim Pinafore, and this is about Charlotte Chambray. So she's like this red-headed girl. She's very creative, very messy, quite scatterbrained, forgetful. She loves like creativity and being in creative chaos. So I just imagine her like these, pale denim pinafores and cute outfits. So this is kind of a poem about someone who's super artistic and they've got this glorious mess around them, but it's so charming. Woven Girl in Denim Pinafore. Paint stains on nails, jam jars with art supplies and snacks, organic, gluten-free. Handbags Vermont, prospective canvases waiting to be painted on. Hokusai and pink cherry blossoms painted on the walls, the result of ennui. Barefaced, essential oils, natural, homemade skincare, watched over by mother-in-law's tongue, collecting succulents and pots, simple pots, white pots, porcelain, an obsession. Handmade, homemade, made with love, given with expectation. A manic pixie dream girl waiting for the one. Parisian fringe, Breton stripes, denim pinafore dresses, a little pup tugging at shoes as residents enter the house. In the kitchen, ceremonial matcha tea sets, hidden as if sacred, poured as if ritual. Pots of beeswax, cocoa butter, sea salt. Her favourite essential oils, can you guess? With diffusers in each room, you'd be forgiven for not knowing. Rose, lime, black pepper. Where has the scent originated from? Rosy, peppery, sweet and warm. Neroli, lemon, a moment of calm. Mugs line her desk, drawers filled with pens of every type, pencils, sketchbooks, and endless scraps of paper with to-do lists that never get done. Her life is creative chaos. She sees the beauty of lateness, the charm of procrastination, and captures the unrelenting urges of laziness as capsules of self-care. She is bold, fearless, a free spirit as you'd imagine, but she orchestrates the chaos in her life. As it is a life force, an energy field from which stems her uniqueness, making her unforgettable and quietly admired under all the sighs and frowns. To walk through life without worry, to walk through life without blame, to walk through life like a hurricane, with quirks as debris, wild abandon as destruction, patches of eccentricity sewn into her clothes and sewn into her soul. She is a patchwork of oddities, unconventionally beautiful, quietly intriguing, a unique, standing out in a sea of conformists. And this next poem is called My Valentine. It's very romantic. It's about the passionate love affair between Valentina Nucci and Felipe Torres. My Valentine. Red roses sit upon her night table. If they are wilted, it means she and Felipe have broken up. When they are full of life, they are back together in their lover's velvet haze. Inside her wardrobe and behind the door sits a collection of silk dresses, one coloured as dark as wine on winter nights. There are many black ones and some in navy and creamier tones. Swathes the fiery, passionate shades of clothes sit and lie apart and fall in her wardrobe. Her bedroom, a boudoir of passions. There are chocolate boxes, candles, silk bedsheets and diaries on shelves that have embedded her tears within the ink. Theirs is a love to inspire love songs, a lyrical love. Much of her recent diary accounts are about Felipe. They have broken up and made up countless times. Theirs is a love that is addictive, intense. Few can maintain such levels of passion and despair. Felipe has been with many women, but he always comes running back to Valentina. They are fiery, stubborn souls. Their words to each other pierce their hearts, but their love is too sensual and tender to sacrifice. He knows there is no other woman like her, and nobody pleases him like she does, but he has cheated, confessing he loves women too much. The only way to finish their relationship for good is if she cheats, but she can't because she loves him too much, and no man can ever give her that exhilarating rush that he inflicts so artfully on her body and mind. And so they are entwined in their love, hate, passion. It's been that way for years. A love that never dies. So yeah, they're my favourite couple in my upcoming book. Again, this next poem is more about like self-love, and it's called Emerald Eyes, Gypsy Heart. The sun shimmers on her skin, the moon resides in her soul. There's never an ink of doubt in her. She was born to be beautiful and have men gaze at her, and she freely indulges it. She loves life. She loves herself. Debauched in self, obsessed with her reflection, amor propre, but no ego, just frivolity and passion for life. She is vibrant, beautiful and captivating. When you are with her, you feel limitless, as if part of a secret club, a desirable inner circle. Inside her phone, an archive of breathtaking self-portraits, scenes from Mexico, the Maldives and Morocco. She has seen it all and will charm you with stories of her travels. Her gypsy heart needs to wander and explore new terrain. On the beach, she is in her element, free with the water, breathing melodically with the waves. She lays on her beach towel at peace, at one with the universe. She is beauty manifest, glowing skin and a smattering of freckles. Her emerald eyes speak to you as you gaze at her photos of her that were stolen. Her profile is often set to private. In restaurants, waiters line up to serve her. She'll stay all night awaiting a dessert not on the menu. She is comfortable in her skin. Self-care is as natural as breathing to her. She is indulgent, confident, and liberated. She cares, she shares, she worships herself. No guy could ever cross her, and even if he did, she is already on to the next. Guy, project, mantra, phase, list, dream, experience, ambition, passion, enterprise, venture, and affair. I know you're dying to meet her. If you're a girl, you'll find her on the King's Road. If you're a guy, the best restaurant to take her to is Ziani's. Though there's nothing quite as excruciating as the day she becomes bored of you. One day she will be. You'll sense it. Her cool exterior commanding you stay away. You did not make the cut. You are not to exist in her presence. Many will know her, but few make it into the inner circle. She is a contradiction in terms. Free-spirited, yet snobbish. Sexually liberated, yet selective. You'll never meet a girl like her, and like many before you, know that you are unworthy to be in her presence, yet You long to be her, to be with her. The envy never turns to malice, just deep admiration and longing, because she loves herself, and we would all love to feel how she feels about herself. She is svelte but has stretch marks, a hint of cellulite, a few scars, freckles, but none of that can be seen because she glows in her spirit and radiates the joy of living, and if you get near enough, you too can feel the same. Prince Alberu. Now him and his art college friends are taking private jets out to Miami, Art Basel, clubs, Palm Beach, Palm Springs, the Breakers. If he owned hotels, he'd run a bespoke chain of heartbreak hotels, playing nothing but Elvis, drinking Jack Daniels under the table. Lost boy, spoilt man, Sotheby's, Christie's, nothing but the best for our pampered prince. His bank, a dry gin. Ginny, that is, Virginia Arlington. Old money with plenty to waste, but he's beautiful, green-eyed. Tousle, dark hair. He knows how to make you feel beautiful with one look, and he knows how to make any girl submit to his will, yet he stays with her. He flirts, seduces with words, poetry, and sweet nothings filled with expectancy. Devoid of truth, a luxury of lies fill his mouth, and you are forever attracted to him. As soon as you meet him, you are captivated. There is so much to him, yet he is cold and charming, passionate yet infuriatingly pedantic, a perfectionist and erudite. Inveigle, eagle eyes, loves money more than Mariam, though we'll never know if they were twin souls. He has never had his heart broken. So many girls have tried to capture it and failed. But soon, very soon, he will meet his match. A soul more mesmerizing than he will capture him, and he will realize that we are all powerless in the face of true love. And the next poem is called The Poet. I find it quite sad, so I'm going to skip that one. And then this next little section is called Little Tears, and they're very, very short poems. Little Tears. Do not hide the sadness, because it will outpour when you least expect it. How do you rebuild a life after you've lost your destiny? Where there is tragedy, there is great art. I was watching them from afar, and it was so sad because they were so perfect for each other, yet they could not be together. I knew one day I would fall in love at first sight. It was with you. It was immediate, though not meant to be. She loves you more than life. They parted ways and spent their days secretly in love with each other. I did not realize you were kissing me goodbye. We met to keep each other alive. Learn to love loneliness because it's as lonely as you. But you're beautiful. You can't complain. You may have a broken heart, but I have a broken life because of you. I have only ever been intimate with sadness. I have only been in a relationship with loneliness. I have only ever been in love with you. I searched for your soul and you filled my void. Your soul is a river to my heart. In one moment, you became my everything. I loved him and he never loved me. It's agony watching someone you love be in love with someone else. When you're with the wrong guy, perfection isn't good enough. Can you just forget me? Never. I have everything but you. My love for you died quick and sudden, just like the way I fell in love with you. The sudden breakup felt like an act of emotional violence. Heartbreak, an act of violence, his weapon of choice. Sleeping on a bed of blood, drowning in a bath of tears. You thought the whole world of him, and he thought nothing of you. There was a time when the hope of you was all I had. All I ever wanted was to be young and in love. Unfulfilled love is painful. What do you do when true love does not return? I still believe in Cinderella moments. Okay, and now we've come to the end, and this poem's called Once Upon a Wonderland. This poem is very dear to me It means the world to me, and yeah, I can't even kind of put it into words. It just means a lot to me. So, Once Upon a Wonderland. I want to show you this place. Come inside. A bookshop. Yes, a simple bookshop, where a fairy tale unfolded on an autumn afternoon. No greater romantic encounter could be written in the books on the shelf. A New York Times bestselling author was warming the crowd at his event. There were droves of people, literary folk, journalists, and beautiful people. Some dressed like it was summer, others in autumnal apparel. Our prince from Europe was handsome, though had no armour on, just a tailored coat. Our princess was beautiful and ready to be swept off her feet. She wore a white sundress, her hair long, dark, and tousled like mine. He stands on one side of the room. She walked towards him, yet has not noticed the prince. Sadly, someone comes over and speaks to her, distracts her. She keeps it brief and looks around the room. Our prince has been looking at her this whole time, captivated. He prays, she looks his way. His wish is granted. Their eyes meet, his jaw drops, they are speechless, already in love. Finally, he musters up the courage and walks to her, speaks to her, she smiles. And that is how their love story began in this bookshop, this humble abode, where the greatest love story not yet written was finally told. And then the one last short poem of the book is this. It was a love that was supposed to change the world. Now they are a pair of lost souls apart, hopelessly in love with each other. Forever. Okay guys, so thank you so much for listening. I hope you take the time to listen to part 1, 2 and 3. I've now completely finished reading Bohemian Love. You can get your copy in paperback and Kindle on Amazon. So yeah, please, rewatch the videos, give it a like and share. Tell me in the comments which were your favourite poems, which poems you enjoy most. Yeah, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. So, this is our little poetry corner. This is our little area of poetry land. So yeah, connect with me, tell me your thoughts. And thank you so much for listening. So yeah, thanks. We've come to the end. Yeah, I really appreciate you all. Yeah, and I'll continue doing more videos like this. So yeah, just tell me what poems you like, and message me anytime. Okay, take care guys, bye.